Yeah, Richard. Well, in just the last hour, we had spoken about that statement from Qatari mediators announcing that in exchange for 39 Palestinians, 13 Israelis, including and 7 foreigners, quote, outside the framework of the agreement, would be released today outside of this hours-long delay. And Qatari mediators did not provide any more information on what countries those 7 foreigners came from. But we are hearing just in the last few minutes from a White House official setting expectations, saying, quote, no Americans today, still hopeful the 3 will get out with this 50. This White House official referring to 2 American women as well as an American 4-year-old among the Americans being held hostage by Hamas. And we received reaction from the White House just in the last hour as far as this deal being now back on track, with White House officials not confirming it, but saying, quote, we are working with Qatar, Egypt, and Israel on implementation of the deal. They also provided some behind-the-scenes details of what the president was doing behind the scenes at his Nantucket home as he wraps up his family vacation after the Thanksgiving holiday. They say that the president was briefed throughout the morning on the state of the hostage deal and its implementation. At 10 a.m., he spoke directly with the Emir of Qatar as well as the Qatari Prime Minister about potential holdups to the deal and how to resolve those holdups. Following the president's call, they say senior U.S. officials were in regular contact with the Israelis, Qataris, and Egyptians to overcome hurdles to its implementation. They say the president was briefed throughout the day, after we know he was briefed multiple times yesterday by National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. And they conclude saying at 1:30 p.m., White House officials learned from the Qataris that the deal was back on, and the ICRC, the International Committee of the Red Cross, was moving to collect the hostages. The president was also updated on the latest developments. So just the last few hours underscoring how extremely fragile and fluid these negotiations, this deal continues to be. That's something that we've heard the president and White House officials continue to say since this war began. And as of now, as you heard from that official, saying no Americans are expected to be released as part of this batch of hostages being released today. But the president, as recently as yesterday, was saying that he is incredibly hopeful and optimistic that Americans will be among the hostages released as part of this multi-day ceasefire deal. And a senior U.S. official said this morning that because of the release of the American mother and daughter 2 weeks after the war began, that was the first release by Hamas of hostages after the war began, that release of those 2 people gives them hope for more to be released as part of this deal. And so we're hearing from this latest reaction from the White House, from the National Security Council, to news of this deal now being back underway, Richard.